Sister wives before divorcing Christine, Janelle, and Mary, Kody Brown and his 4 marriages ushered 18 children into the world. Although Kody Brown acknowledged that he is tired of being angry over his breakups with Mary, Janelle, and Christine Brown, mending his ties with his children remains a sensitive topic. Welcome back to the TLC Flicks. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Kody's first wife, 53-year-old Mary, confirmed their divorce in January 2023. The couple has 1 kid together. With his second wife, 55-year-old Janelle, he had 6 children before they divorced in December 2022. During the episode, Kody said to 45-year-old Robyn, "They're purposely leaving me out of their lives to punish me for a crime I did not commit. My only transgression is not falling deeply in love with their moms. I'm not leaving my kids behind," Kody adamantly stated. He maintained, "They have betrayed," adding that it may have happened inadvertently, but that's how he thinks. Since Kody is no longer married to 3 of his 4 wives, many fans wondered how the program could go on going into this season. Granted, the season occurs just a few weeks following his 2022 breakup with Mary. That being said, it still feels strange to watch a show about several marriages when there aren't any. Rather, we're seeing the chaotic fallout, which involves a parent figuring out how to handle mature relationships with his children. Robyn, Kody's surviving wife, and Mykelti remain close, and Mykelti invited Robyn to stay with her for the birth and the days that followed. With her own mother Christine, who was also supportive of her daughter, this caused awkwardness. It's remarkable how Kody consistently portrays his ex-girlfriends as resentful, hostile, and most importantly, impolite to Robyn. But nothing could seem more false than the truth when Robyn and Christine encounter Mykelti in person as new grandparents providing assistance. Robyn receives kindness from Christine, who even gives her praises for sleeping in a closet in order to be near the twins. In agreement, Janelle notes that it is feasible for them all to co-parent peacefully. Robyn sobs in her car as she leaves to return home when the time comes. Although she is aware that her time with Mykelti and Christine is a fleeting memory, she says, "I just really love being a grandma." In his confessional, Kody, who did not accompany her, states simply, "I'm finding it hard to connect with all of my kids." The twins' birth is followed by a week of individual Thanksgiving celebrations for the family. Janelle hosted her children in Las Vegas. Christine's family is in Utah, and Kody and Robyn prepare for their first Thanksgiving spent by themselves with their children. Robyn invites Mary to go with them, but Mary says no. Mary emphatically states in her confessional, "I'm not a member of the family." Later on, Robyn finds out that Mary was unwell that day and spent it alone, which makes her feel terrible. Not Kody though. No, he appears to be enjoying his little get-together. He declares to the camera, "I feel safe. With each other, we are in a respectful state." And respect and harmony seem to be all that Kody is after. It makes sense, until you understand why he doesn't have that with the other children in his family. Robyn intervenes at that point to remind him. The audience is informed that the camera arrived as Kody was leaving the house following a heated exchange with Robyn before the screen abruptly goes black. The cameras begin to roll as Robyn confronts Kody about not reaching out to the kids when he returns. He has children with most of his ex-wives, who are in their 20s, you see. Some have even gotten married and started families. Numerous of Kody's children harbor animosity towards him due to arguments during COVID-19 and the separation from their mothers. And Kody is prepared to hold everyone else accountable for this, save for himself. He continues to argue with Robyn, saying, "I'm not going to sit here and fight with you and have a rift in our relationship caused by these people who have created the biggest riot in my life." By these people, he could be referring to any number of persons. His former partners, their children. At one point, Madison, his daughter, who has probably set the most boundaries with him, is mentioned by name. She was so concerned about her children not interacting with Logan that she took care of it during his wedding. Madison and her other children believe that Kody ditched them and is too erratic to be a part of their life, according to Janelle. Both then and now, they expect more from him than he is prepared to provide. However, Robyn believes that Kody needs to put in more effort. She has personal experience with what it's like to be a divorced child and feel abandoned by your father. That's not what she wants for Kody's children. In actuality, though, Kody is emotionally incapable of enduring facing his children and their disregard. To start with, he denies ever having done anything wrong. He keeps saying, "I am only guilty of not falling deeply in love with their mothers." He continues, "Some people believe that parent-child relationships don't have to be reciprocal, but yeah, they do when they're adults." There it is. Kody perceives himself as the victim. He's clinging to how his children make him feel by not turning a blind eye or remaining steadfastly loyal to him, instead of listening to them and hearing out their complaints. Kody even goes so far as to admit that he finds it difficult to have an adult conversation with his children about their feelings. "I'm so upset about what happened that I'm afraid my kids would accuse me, which would make me angry. I'm just resentful and insanely angry." Robyn makes him swear he will keep trying, even going so far as to say she's beginning to feel less regard for him, because he's not making the effort necessary to be the sort of father his children need. Though he acknowledges he won't be fixing it today, tomorrow, or next week, he assures her he'll try. Furthermore, the way he spoke about his connection with Garrison prior to his passing made it clear that in certain situations, he was never given the chance to make things right. On the October 6th episode of Sister Wives, Kody Brown and Robyn Brown got into a heated exchange that led Kody to leave their Flagstaff, Arizona home. After being estranged from many of his elder children, Kody Brown's lone surviving wife, Robyn Brown, is facing a difficult situation. The writing on the screen during the Sister Wives episode airing on October 6 suggested that Kody and Robyn had a heated exchange before to the cameras rolling, which caused the 18-year-old father to depart the couple's Flagstaff, Arizona home. In a confessional, Kody said, "Robyn is very upset that I'm not reaching out to my children. I refuse to argue with you about this. These people are the reason I have the largest rift in my life, not the rift in our relationship. That's not what I'm doing. I've just determined that I must leave." Kody and Robyn attempted to resolve their disagreements when he got back to the house, but Robyn insisted that Kody get in touch with the older kids he had with his previous spouses, Christine, Janelle, and Mary Brown. Kody declared, "I'm not going to do it with a rejection every single time. I'm not walking away from my kids. I've been betrayed by them." Then Robyn retorted, "But they're kids." Kody said to her, "No, they're adults," and then added in a confessional, "Some people think that parental-child relationships don't have to be reciprocal, but yes, they do when they're adults." The episode, which aired in 2022, was shot not long after Kody and Robyn, as well as the rest of the Brown family, had been at odds for years. Christine left Kody in 2021, Janelle in 2022, and Mary soon after due to differences about his COVID regulations and claims that he was partial to Robyn over his other wives. Robyn informed her husband, "I'm having a hard time not losing respect for you a little bit," after disclosing that her own biological father had not supported her throughout her early years. "If I were him, I would be calling, emailing, texting, maybe showing up, flying out there, whatever," she continued in her confession. However, Kody stated that he didn't plan to ask his kids to talk to him. "I've been here for a year just complaining about the situation," Kody remarked of the breakup of the Brown family. "I will give my attention to those kids who are receptive to me once I get over that." But Robyn felt the response was insufficient, and she went on in her confessional, "While I don't want to pass judgment on Kody, I also don't think he should be tolerating it. Kody ought to be knocking on people's doors and saying, 'Hey, you're going to talk to me,' in my opinion." At last, Kody said, "I know that I don't try hard enough. Robyn, I'm too impulsive right now. I'll only cause more harm." When they came to an end, Robyn begged Kody to promise her that he would keep trying, to which he unwillingly said, "Okay, a little bit." However, based on the teaser for the upcoming episode, which features Robyn on the floor in a state of prayer while Kody expresses his desire to save me and Robyn, it appears that things are only going to get worse between them. During the Sunday's Sister Wives episode, Kody and Robyn had a lengthy conversation about his relationship with his kids. It's been evident over the past 5 years that most of Kody's ties with his 18 children are either strained or non-existent. While they are fighting, Kody tells Robyn that his kids are just as much to blame for their problems as he is, and that he isn't the evil person. He believes they are sometimes even more at fault than he is. He will accept responsibility for two things: ejecting some of the lads from the house during COVID because they disobeyed the regulations. The daughter of Kody and Christine required spine surgery back in 2020. Scoliosis surgery, to put it technically, was what she required to correct the bend in her spine. Supporters observed the young lady go through unbearable agony. Initially, it appeared that the family would not be able to pay the $50,000 down payment required for the surgery. However, Christine put forth a lot of effort to earn the money. She finally felt comfort when she made the appointment with a New Jersey specialist for the treatment in September of that year. Everyone was prepared to back her. Prior to the big day, Christine was scheduled to travel with her. Mary and Janelle provide support, and then there's Kody. We are all aware of the events of 2020 now. Everybody's life was drastically upended by the COVID outbreak globally. Kody was quite particular about the family's regulations and who could come and go from the Brown residence. He even had his sons Gabe and Garrison leave the Janelle's home because they were unable to follow his regulations. Kody also took advantage of the limitations to avoid going to New Jersey with Isabel for her surgery. He steadfastly declined to go and support her during her hour of need, and at the same time went ahead and made fun of her for it. Prior to her operation, in a Sister Wives episode, Isabel talks to her father about his planned absence, which he explains away as COVID-19 and his need to stay well for the family's benefit. While Isabel is undoubtedly in favor of taking medical precautions, she remarks in the episode that Kody seems to have screwed up priorities. He nervously asks his daughter if she's going to become a bitter old housewife because your daddy didn't do this for you, after informing her that he won't be accompanying her. Wouldn't that be a strange and sexist thing to say? But the unfortunate young woman becomes distraught in a later confessional and raises serious concerns about her father. I require his presence, but why is he not attending? Isabel sobs live. I'm not sure why he wouldn't be present. Why wouldn't he just give me his whole attention? His priorities seem a little off, in my opinion. Kody attempted to clarify that he would have to go into quarantine if he visited the surgery, and he would spend weeks apart from his numerous children and spouses. The length of time I would have to spend away from the rest of the family due to COVID and quarantining and things like that, as well as the risk of contracting COVID-19, he stated in the episode. Our goal has been to arrange for me to see my family as a whole during this entire period. To her credit, Isabel makes an effort to be sympathetic. He needs to consider a lot of children. I am aware that I am not the only child he needs to ensure is safe throughout this pandemic. He can't be there, which is a bummer, she remarked. Later, Isabel confides in the cameras that she believes Kody's life is being controlled by his dread of contracting COVID-19. She remarked, "He's letting fear control him." Even though Kody didn't contract COVID, his fears were realized. The last straw for Christine, according to many fans, was Kody's decision and Isabel's operation. Following that, Christine declared she was divorcing Kody, and the majority of her kids supported her decision. Janelle ended their spiritual marriage and divorced Kody shortly after, considering Kody's treatment of their kids. A year later, Mary did the same, although in her instance, Kody effectively forced her out as he no longer desired to be in multiple marriages. If you are looking for more Sister Wives gossip, come back to TLC Flicks for all your updates. Bye guys.